Hello there. How are you today? Do you feel good? Or maybe tired? Or happy? Or just okay? If you answer yes to any of these, then maybe you understand a little bit about adjectives. I'm Kathy. I'm an experienced teacher, and today I want to talk to you about using adjectives for ESOL Entry 2, or around about the elementary level of the European CEFR. Now, if this is your level of English, then your teacher or your exam board will have this as one of your targets: can use adjectives in speaking and writing. So let's talk about adjectives. What are they? Okay, an adjective is a describing word. So it helps give you some information about how something looks, how something sounds, how something tastes, how something smells, or how something feels. Now, did you notice? These are all about your 5 senses: see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. Our senses are here to give our brains and body information about what we find in the world. And we explain this by using adjectives or describing words. Of course, we can add more than this. We can also add our opinions and what we think. That doesn't always mean it's something we can see or touch. For example, did you see that film? Oh, yes, it was terrible. Or how about this? I told her, I don't want to go to the party. I feel uncomfortable. So, how can you use adjectives in your speaking and writing? Well, first of all, for Entry 2, we often ask you to talk about places you visited. Maybe you went there on a holiday or for a day out. Or we ask you to talk about a restaurant you tried or a special place you remember. So let's think about some good words for, first of all, places. How about these? Beautiful, lovely, quiet, pretty, calm, crowded, busy, interesting. Next, maybe you have to speak about someone you know. Often in tests, we ask about special friends or someone who is important to you. It could be someone in your family, or it could just be someone you remember. So you can talk about how they look with these ideas: tall, short, medium height, dark or light hair colour, long, short, straight or curly hair, eye colour, blue, green, brown, maybe grey. But with people, you could also add how you feel about them and your opinion of them. Here are some examples: kind, helpful, friendly, sociable, quiet, strong, and so on. Finally, we often talk about food in ESOL. It's something everybody loves. And there are some words our senses will give us about the taste, smell, or texture. For example, how about these words? Spicy, sweet, hot, salty, chewy, soft, creamy, or crunchy. However, because we can also add our opinions and what we think, we can find lots of other describing words to help us with talking about food. And here are a few more that you can use. How about delicious, tasty, fresh, rich, bitter, bland, that means boring and tasteless, greasy, oily. There are lots more adjectives, but these are quite good ones to start with, so why don't you practice? I'm going to show you a few pictures and ask you to decide how can you describe them. So maybe you could write down some ideas or practice speaking them. How about this picture? You went on a good holiday here. So what would you say about it? Or this one? You went to a restaurant and this was your order. How would you talk about it? Or this? You met this animal yesterday. And finally this. You met an old friend after a long time. How did they look? Describe them. By now, I'm sure you are thinking of all the words you know that you can use to describe things. But it's a good idea to keep looking and learning. There are a lot of adjectives out there. This is part 1 of 3 videos on adjectives for entry 2. And in part 2, we're going to look at how we can develop using adjectives with modifiers. If you want to know what that is, you'll have to watch it. See you next time. Bye for now.